You ever see a shadow out of the corner of your eye? Have you ever had that feeling that something or someone is watching you? Do you ask yourself why these spirits are here? What do they want? Are they lost? Or are they trapped? I'm Ryan, and I run a paranormal group called Nuclear Soul Seekers. These are just some of the questions we ask when we do an investigation. We just don't try to get evidence of the paranormal. We try to get answers. You're listening to Trapped Souls.
Hey, welcome to Trap Souls. We are at the Ross house tonight,
Yes.
and we are doing an investigation. I'm here with Aaron,
Hello.
Craig, Tegan, and Chelsea and Reed. It's our first time down here. We came in here blind. Cindy did a great job giving us a little backstory of the place. So once she left, Mark and I went down to the basement. Mark's actually up on the second floor right now, doing a little investigation.
Okay.
Then, honestly, basement was quiet. Not saying that's not going to change, but did you guys get anything on the second floor?
Not really. You could feel something up there, but there wasn't a lot of activity. I think so far the most activity that we've seen is when we first came in and got our equipment set up. I set up that cat ball in the front room, and it was thrown off the table. So, and that's Chelsea.
Chelsea caught
Sorry.
That's all good.
I haven't coughed since I got here.
No.
So this won't be a live podcast, but we're going to try to continue out there tonight, just giving you guys a little bit of what's going on here while we do it. So I guess after action report, we
Right.
would call it.
Mm-hmm.
I said first, I don't know what time it is right now, but we came, did a couple investigations,
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, and we'll let you know what else is going on. We do a little Facebook Live. We got some video going on, so that'll be on YouTube coming up later next week. Just stay tuned. It's not live, so you don't have to stay tuned, but we'll keep doing podcasts throughout the night. Let you know what's going on.
Right.
So that's a good start. Ross House is supposed to be very active. It's not up to us. It's up to the spirits.
That's right. Yeah.
They want to talk to us or not. I think next we might do SS method
Okay.
in the room behind us, which is the living room.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do SS method with Tegan and see how that goes.
Yeah. She's good about that.
Yeah, we'll record that, and that's about it for right now.
Yep.
So talk to you in a little bit. You guys have a good one. All right, so we just got done with a little SS method at the Ross house. Tegan went under and did a little Facebook Live on that. A couple of people watch it. Not many, but don't really care. Well, what'd you think about the SS method?
I think it's interesting. When I've done it before, when I've had the headset on, try to talk through it, I can maybe get 2-3 words coming through it. So it's nice to see some people that might be a little more open to the activity being able to speak through it. So there were quite a few words coming through. Sometimes, the numbers I feel are exaggerated sometimes when they come through, but when they start hitting in a rhythm, that's when it gets interesting for me.
Yeah, I think some of the answers were direct answers. I think there's a lot, like Tegan said, there's a lot of people trying to talk at the same time.
Right.
Like when I do it, I'm terrible at it. Like everybody knows that. It's usually just one thing, and maybe it's probably a commercial, probably a radio station.
Right.
When you start getting multiple voices trying to talk over each other, there has to be something. But yeah, it was interesting. I think we got some good responses. We'll actually have to go over the recordings and see if we can piece it together and see what we came up with. If we got any answers. I think we got some answers about who's here and what happened in the area. So Mark, he wasn't on a little earlier. He was in the basement with me. Do you have any thoughts about the basement?
No, like I was saying earlier, when we were down there, even before you came down, it just felt calm down there. I said that on the recording. I haven't felt anything yet in this house. I mean, it's only, right now it's 10:04 p.m. It's very calm. I haven't felt anything upstairs, downstairs, the basement. I'm hoping we get more energy towards the evening.
Yeah, I think there are spirits here. I think we're used to a little angrier spirits, I want to say it, like from Bel Air, Madison. I think these spirits are more calm and just, I don't think you're going to feel them. I don't think you're going to get that feeling like, oh, someone's watching me. But I think they're here. I just, I don't think we're going to get that scared feeling like we used to. Maybe I've done this too many years. I don't know.
Well, then one thing to remember too is that, like it was mentioned before, just because we're here for, let's say, 12 hours, I mean, we've only been here for 3 so far, it's not to say that tomorrow, if we were here, we wouldn't feel something. So
Yeah.
it's all in the time frames.
Yeah, like I said, I think there is something here. I think it's just a lot more calmer spirits. Like, through the Estes method, it kind of seemed like maybe some coal miners that died in an accident down the road. The owner who died in the bed upstairs, we got some answers with that. The names, I'm not quite sure all the names because she mentioned a few. We'll have to do a little history on that when we go over the recordings and see if it matches up with anything.
There were a couple names that repeated, which were interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Sorry.
They did say that there's something in the back room, which they said it was the kitchen, so we'll definitely have to hit that a little bit later and see if there's anything back there. Maybe send some people upstairs and have 1 or 2 people just in the kitchen without everybody hanging around here. Unless Tegan falls asleep on the couch.
Yeah, the one thing that you touched on just a second ago when you were running through that list was we were told when we were getting the history lesson that it's not very well known in the town or spread or talked about, but 8 or 9 coal miners passed away within 2 miles of this location. And, that's a lot of tunnel energy throughout this area. So that was a question that Ryan asked, something on the lines of that, and Tegan was able to mention 8, and then when you asked for follow-up on it, it mentioned 9. So it was interesting that it stayed in the same realm of questioning. So I think you might have hit on something with that.
I'll give my thoughts on that. The 8 and 9 we talked about after. Once I go over recordings when we do our next podcast on the Ross house, obviously not this one, but when we go over to evidence, I'll explain my thoughts on why there was 8 and why there was 9, and there's stuff said after what actually had me question what actually happened. And we'll do a little history on it again, see if my feelings are right or not.
Yeah.
But, for now, we're at the Ross house, still early, 10 o'clock. We're going to do a little more investigations here, and we'll let you know what happens.
Hello. So we are back. We are at Ross House. It's about 12:24 a.m. I am here with Chelsea, my cousin. So we're going to kind of go over what we just did in the basement. We did an Estes method. Tell me what your feelings were on that.
Well, I've gotten a little comfortable with the Estes method of asking some questions and waiting for responses. But this time, besides that, we had the
Paraforce with us.
Paraforce.
And then the EMF reader.
And the EMF. And this time during the Estes method, the questions that we were asking, Tegan was answering through the Estes method. And then we were getting words on the meter and the EMF lighting up all at the same time.
Right.
So not just one or the other, but
So multiple corroborations.
multiple corroborations and they all made sense.
Yeah. Or when I would say something and it would repeat it right back to me, and we know that
Word
there's
for word.
no way Tegan can hear us during that. Okay. How did you feel while you were down there?
When we first got down there, my energy was up because I was nervous. But then once everything started happening, it's almost like chaotic. Even though everybody was calm in the basement, it was just scrambling, trying to wait for the next thing to come through.
Okay. I get that.
Like you're being rushed out.
Right. So, yeah. So this is where we're at right now. Like I said, it's about 12:30 in the morning. Just kind of doing our thing, seeing what else we can pick up. We were upstairs at one point in the one room, and that was a weird feeling. Tell me about that feeling.
From the start until we went up to that particular room, I had no kind of sensitivity at all. I had just thought to even text Mike at home.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. Don't feel anything.
Right.
Again, blah, blah, blah. Waiting for it, not putting pressure. But then all of a sudden, I started to get a little bit upset and defensive of the house, feeling like protective of it.
Gotcha.
Like, what do people want with this energy? These spirits feel like they're more afraid and cautious, and people are coming in here and scaring them and rustling up, and why are people doing this just out of nowhere? And at the same time, there was maybe a shadow climbing the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get that.
I did
When
have
you
my
review the
camera
tapes?
rolling,
Yeah.
so we'll have to see.
Yeah, and everybody else is on the other side of the upstairs in the house. It was just really spooky, and as fast as that came and as tense as it was, it disappeared.
Yeah. So you said that you felt protective. Was it like a mother over a child? Like, I'm not going to let something negative happen to what's going on? Okay.
Like, I wanted to put myself between whatever negativity there was and whoever resides here spiritually.
Okay.
Trying to hide. It was like whatever spirit was in the room with us was just trying to go under the radar.
Yeah.
And everybody coming to investigate is pulling them out and forcing them to answer.
Yeah.
And why? Leave them alone, you know, and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well, so like I said, that's where we're at right now. And we will be back with you soon. And again, this is Chelsea, and I'm really glad that she was able to come with us. So thank you.
We're just wrapping up Ross' house here. It's about a little after 2 in the morning. We're going to do another little investigation in the kitchen, but we figure wrap up this podcast. Earlier the girls went down, you heard, in the basement. They talked about their experience. So once they got up, I went down there and did a solo for about 15 minutes, I think. Couple little feelings, nothing much, but I think I saw a shadow figure. It was pretty dark down there. I didn't have a flashlight or anything. You could see about a foot in front of my face, but it seemed like something darker went by me. Again, cool experience, but not caught on camera. Camera's on my face. Sorry about that. You have to look at that, but it was a cool experience. Hopefully I got something on the EVPs. So after that we went, Craig, Reed, and I went upstairs to a couple bedrooms, and not much happened.
No. Had a couple hits on the EVP, but that was it.
Yeah, the EMF detector.
EMF.
Yeah, I mean, so again, Russ House not active today. Doesn't mean it's not an active place, just not tonight.
Yeah.
Again, we'll review the footage, get that out there for the next week or so, and see if something did talk to us. And that's the thing about paranormal investigating. A lot of times we don't know till after. It kind of stinks that we could have got answers and could have asked some more questions from those answers, but we don't hear that till, a week later. So
You were pretty vocal downstairs. I think that with the amount of things you were asking and talking down there, if anything was there, you probably picked up something.
yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, that's why we do this.
Right.
It's never guaranteed that we are going to get something. Again, Ross House, a cool place. Check it out. Owner's great, Cindy.
Fantastic.
And we'll definitely come back. Again, like I said, we want to try to do Ross House, Beller House, same time. Questions, are they connected? After tonight, I'm not going to say yes or no. Lean toward no. Because the energy at Beller House is a lot darker than energy at Ross House. So I can't see how they're connected. It's kind of like a heaven and hell type mixture.
The only thing that I could say that possibly, if there was a connection, was when you guys were doing the spirit box, and it talked about, are you related or, connected, and it said far away.
Yeah.
So maybe, but
Yeah, it's possible.
besides that, maybe you're right. I mean, it is a light feeling here. If there is something here, which I mean, I don't doubt there is with the amount of experiences that have been here, I don't think there's anything dark in this house, and if there is, it wasn't showing itself today. So
Yeah, maybe. Just today. I mean, everybody that does paranormal investigations knows you're going to have nights you get nothing. You're going to have nights that you're going to run out of the house. You know?
right.
So until you do it, that's why we do it. Try to figure it out. Tonight just wasn't the night. Again, worth the drive down here. Cool experience. It was a bucket list investigation. I love doing houses more than big places.
Yeah.
But we had a good crew tonight. We had Tegan, Craig, Aaron, Chelsea, and Reed. I always forget your name, dude. Not your name, forget you. Even though I'm staring at you.
Whoever was able to come in here tonight was pretty lucky group.
Yeah, they're lucky. So, again, thanks for listening. Said something new. Trying to do podcasts as we're doing it. Get some real time experiences. We'll get this out as soon as I can. Then, again, thanks for listening to Trap Souls.
Make sure you check out the Facebook page, and they have merch.
We got merch, I guess.
Make sure you check out the merch.
The merch. If you want any merch, just drop me an email or a comment. We'll try to get you some merch.
Ryan, you have merch, right?
Maybe.
All
It's
right.
possible.
Would you find that on the Facebook page?
Yes.
Trap Souls?
Trap Souls. Or you can always message me at trapsoul0@gmail.com. Follow my YouTube page. We're going to start doing a lot more videos. And see you on the next time. Later.